Welcome back to the big garage build. Now we're nearly at a point where we're going to leave site for a little while we go and make the garage doors in Elliot's Joinery. So it's going to be quite exciting that. So keep tuned for some of the footage of us actually making all of these beautiful oak garage doors and frames. So we've nearly finished the oak feather edge cladding on this job. I've not done too much of this footage because you've seen it before on my channel. I will show you it now though. We'll have a little walk around, have a look. Ed's here. He's up on the inside of the walkway doing a very complicated, fiddly little bit of oak feather edge cladding. And I've also got an Australian carpenter called Frank Schipano who reached out to me a few months ago and said he was coming to the UK. He's an award-winning carpenter. He's on a mission to understand how we do things here in the UK and Europe and feed that back to the industry, if you like, in Australia. So I'm going to call him the Wizard of Oz because he's a fabulous young guy, really with it, okay? He's definitely worthy of awards, this boy. And he's here, as I say, and he's jumped straight on with us. He's shadowing us. He's literally just shadowing us. I thought he'd be just watching and observing, but he's been able to get stuck in as well, which is really good. And that's one thing I love about having a trade, is the fact you can pick it up and go all the way to the other side of the world and carry on as you left off. Anyway, let's have a little look round at where we are on the build. Ed's got a fiddly little job up there, mate, ain't you?
Yeah, doing a little fiddly bits. Just got in the backside of the purlin. Now I'm going over the two purlins, but I've got cables to contend with and all sorts. And also the King Post Trust in my way, so we're getting through. So yeah, it's looking mint.
This man is Frank Schipano, and even though I've got his name wrong a few times this week, Frank Cinzano, for fun obviously. Australia, come all the way from Australia. So tell us a little bit about the whole reason for travelling.
So I was lucky enough to win the Australian Overseas Foundation Award, and I got recognised for that because I won one of the Apprentice of the Year awards back in 2024.
Brilliant.
And yeah, that's a sort of recognition from my extended study in my bachelor's degree in construction management. And then, yeah, now I'm on this journey, doing a year overseas in Europe, seeing all different aspects of building and construction.
Yeah.
And
I think it's amazing. I think it's brilliant that the fact that they've helped fund the trip effectively.
Yeah.
With a view to one day you're going to go back and say, okay, this is what I saw, this is what I learned.
Yeah.
And I think that's really good. I think that we should all share our knowledge. And in fact, my whole mantra in life, as I get older and older and older, is to share as much knowledge as possible. Hence why I do what I do on YouTube and stuff like that. And so Frank, you reached out to me. A lot of people reach out to me, especially in the UK, and want to come and shadow me. And that's exactly what you're doing this week. You've been literally shadowing us, seeing what we're doing, trying the odd tools out and stuff. I mean, I know you've got very similar stuff in Australia as well. So is there anything straight off the bat that you think is significantly different here than at home?
Well, the precision of this build, obviously, it's quite a high-end build. Yeah, you don't really see much high-end stuff like this, especially in timber back at home. But yeah, normally when you think of you're doing like an old style kind of build, you'd think you just slap it up because it's old.
Yeah.
But there's actually a lot more intricate details and stuff you have to do. It's actually a lot harder than you would think, especially if you're trying to get that old English kind of style.
Yeah, and
so that's awesome to see.
And the differences in materials is vast as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we're using a local fresh cut green oak. We call it green. It's green at the moment. And of course you use completely different materials based on what you have available in Australia.
Yeah, definitely. We're sort of steering away a little bit from that timber cladding, going to a lot more composites than that.
Are you?
It's a lot more durable, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, you never see big oak beams like this, and
really,
it's awesome to see.
Is it?
Even the timber dowel fixings and that, the mortise and tenons.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's not feasible, I guess, for us in Australia. I don't know if we're a bit more money oriented, but yeah, it's.
Do you not think it
awesome.
might boil down to tradition? Because effectively, timber builds or timber frame buildings, they go back to the medieval times.
Yeah.
Okay, you think before the fire of London, when the whole of London was effectively timber.
Yeah.
And it was predominantly oak, so homegrown timber, and it was all mortise and tenon because we just didn't have mechanical fixings or anything like that. I suppose in the UK we still like this kind of detail.
Yeah.
And we still like to build to complement that detail as well. I mean, these garages are a statement piece to suit its location. Do you know, if you built something really modern on this spot, it would probably
it wouldn't fit in at all.
Look wrong. And it's really lovely as a carpenter. I mean, I really go out of my way to do work like this. And the contractor I'm working for here, this is the thing about construction. So there's the main contractor, then there's me. Now Frank's come to shadow us, and Ed's sort of working with me as well. It's all different layers, but thanks to the fact that like Jack, the main contractor here, gets all this lovely kind of heritage work. These are the things I really go out of my way to get.
Yeah.
And I suppose a lot of people call me and email me saying, can I come and spend some time working with you? I do get people from time to time. So one of the reasons why I thought it'd be really interesting to get you along as well is you know, you reached out to me in good time, so I had time to think about this, and you were going to come regardless. So it's not like you know the trip hinged around shadowing us, but it was the fact of this award, and I really wanted to understand a little bit more about the trades in Australia. So, for example, what was your apprenticeship? What does it consist of?
So the most common courses for apprenticeships is you go through high school, obviously, and then you can either go into your trade school or TAFE.
TAFE?
TAFE. Yeah, it's just like another word for trade school.
Okay.
And then, it's about a 4-year apprenticeship, give or take.
Yeah.
And then your employer obviously has to sign you up.
Yeah.
Most commonly people will do sort of 3 weeks of work and 1 week in school doing the theory behind everything.
Right, okay.
But I was a bit lucky in the sense that my dad's a builder and I work for my dad. And I was able to do on-site learning. So instead of going to trade school every month, I was able to do the modules and that on-site or just after work when I had time. Yeah. And then I sort of just learn everything on site as we go. So it was a lot easier like that for me.
Yeah.
But everyone's different. It's a lot more tailored to the individual.
Yeah. And would you say the standard of workmanship that you've seen, I know you're only seeing what we're doing, but you're on a site with more guys as well. Would you say at first glance the standard is the same, higher, lower? What would you think?
This is obviously quite a niche build, so it's a bit hard to compare, but obviously here it's unmatched. You don't see much of this in Australia.
All right, so I'm fortunate enough to have a global audience who come to watch some of the YouTube stuff, and I've got a lot of Australians and guys from New Zealand as well. So first of all, thank you for that. And Frank is here representing the brother and the sisterhood over in Australia and New Zealand, okay? So when he gets back, you'll have to ask him all about his experiences as well. So visas. So technically speaking, you can't work here without a particular visa, and you're only here for a month or so. So it's literally like shadowing, which is quite frustrating.
Yeah, I know.
You want to just get stuck into it, don't you? And although, as I say, you have had a go and you understand the fixing methods and you've cut some timber with us and all the rest of it, and you've literally been watching, it must be highly frustrating not to be able to just jump in. Why are the visas so difficult?
I'm not too sure to be completely honest. It was a bit of a process, and if I was here for the full 2 years, which is what the standard visa is for the UK, I would have gone ahead with it straight away. Yeah. But because I'm only in the UK for such a short stint, it wasn't really feasible in my position.
Does it cost money then?
Yeah, it does. It's quite expensive. I think it was about 2.5, 3 grand Australian, which would be half of that.
So
in pounds.
£1,500.
Yeah, about that.
So it would cost you £1,500 to come and do some work here, even though you're Australian, you're almost English.
Yeah, it's part of the Commonwealth.
Part of the Commonwealth. Like if I wanted to go there, I'd have to do the same, would I?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I'd have to pay as well.
Yeah.
That's crazy when you think of how many people come to the UK and Europe who aren't officially, shouldn't officially be here, work in all kinds of sectors, off the record, and that you're an ambassador for Australia, part of the Commonwealth. You're a tradesperson. We are desperate for tradespeople. I think you are too. So we can't steal you from Australia. But it's such a shame that there isn't more of a legitimate exchange where you're not having to shell out like 1,500 quid to come and do work with me for a week or a month.
Yeah.
And as a small business, I can't really afford to do that because my clients, they won't pay for it. They're they're uninterested in that, which is fair enough too. I'm sure there's the odd client out there who would do it from a altruistic point of view.
Yeah.
But it's a bit of a shame really. I think we need to look at that. I think that we need to, between us say, why aren't we having these exchanges where I can legitimately go and work with your dad and you can legitimately come and work with Ed and I over here. Yeah, it's a shame. Eddie, come over, come and say hello, because Eddie's here as well. And look, I like Frank better because he's shorter than you.
We've got a bit of everything. We're going through them.
You've not got a mic, so you'll have to speak up. But yeah, so it's been all right having Frank around, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. We've been learning lots, learning some new words as well, and some new phrases.
Yeah,
so, it's been good.
It's the dialect, it's the lingo that I've been enjoying as well, and asking all kinds of questions, because you know when you get the opportunity to ask someone about, I mean obviously we've been talking about the trades, but we're talking about wildlife in general, and you saw a squirrel for the first time.
Yeah,
I've never seen someone so excited to see a squirrel before in my life, and then he actually went home and told his girlfriend that he saw a squirrel, and his girlfriend was excited to see a squirrel. So it's interesting to see what people get a buzz out of. But it's good to chat about, like as we said, materials, tools and everything. We've just been chewing the fat about all that kind of stuff, so it's been good. And I'm going to Australia actually in August for 5 weeks. I'm going to Cairns.
Excellent.
So I'm kind of picking Frank's brain, going, what can I do? What's this? What's that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been really good.
So if there's anyone in the building and carpentry community in Cairns, Eddie's going to be over, so why don't you try and network and meet up? I think that'd be fantastic. Maybe you should go and spend a couple of days.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I was trying to pick Frank's brain to go, how would I go about it? But yeah, if there is anyone in Cairns or knows anyone in Cairns, that'd be awesome. I'm mainly going for holiday, but I'd up for doing like a bit of shadowing, a bit of seeing what it's like, just for a bit of experience.
Yeah, all right. Well, bear that in mind, and contact either through the channel. Ed will look in the comments, and if not, I'll tell him to have a look in the comments.
I always look in the comments.
Or if not, check him out on Instagram, which is
Edwood_carpentry.
Yeah, and that's another good way. Right, Frank. So I'm going to do this complicated bit of cladding over here now. So I'm going to talk you all through it. I'm going to bore you for another hour now or two. We've also got the Rob angle, which is a very simple device that we use for cladding, and it just means that we can set this up. It's like a bevel, but it's just a little bit easier for using a circular saw against, because we are using a 200mm wide oak cladding board here. And once you've got this set up, you can just hook it on the leading edge, the bottom edge, the face edge, and you can run a circular saw against it. It's just really accurate and really quick, and you're not pencil marking much either. So that is a new thing out at the moment. Check out the website, because that'll be coming soon. If you're interested in having one, I think I need to give you one to take back to Australia.
Yeah, I'd love it. Yeah, it'd be awesome.
And a couple of hinge jigs as well. Anyway, let's crack on.